Just having a bit of fun before we go live. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Jager. This is Whatever the Case. Busy doing some research for you. Listen, people. I don't know why I say that, but welcome to the What's Up podcast. What's Up podcast? Listen to me, I'm so crazy. It's just so nice to have you guys here. The music. Whoo! Stan Taylor put out like 4 new songs. This is all I play in my car. People! Woo! That is amazing. Oh my gosh. That's the one. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Cedric Harvey. Always and Forever. That's a cover by Stan Taylor. You know, whenever Stan Taylor comes with a song, I'm going to put it on this podcast. And I need to remember there's a difference between the podcast and with my YouTube channel, which I'm going to link for the first time on this podcast. Yes, good people of Whatever the Case, you've been following for Whatever the Case for almost a month now. I have a YouTube channel that I don't speak about on the podcast, but I suppose a lot of people that follow me on my YouTube channel might know the podcast is. Yeah, I want to say welcome tonight. It's a Tuesday, all the way down in South Africa, Durban, and I want to quickly mention that before we start the podcast today, I've got a couple of announcements. I need to get out of the way. South Africa. You know, I'll tell you one thing that's really scary right now. It's really scary to be South African in 2019. Like super scary. You know, the amount of negative things that are going on in the world it's shocking. Today, 5 important things happening in South Africa. If you can guess what, you are the person for today on Whatever the Case. So welcome to the podcast. First song I played for you, Stan Taylor, Always and Forever. If you like that one, I'll link it below if you want to listen to Stan Taylor's music. I'm just loving the whole free vibe of, it's like how can I say, like when you listen to live music like that, and you know, it's a wedding song for colored people. Yes, I know I didn't disclose for a long time on the podcast that I'm colored, so I'm just going to put it out there. If you're listening from overseas, my overseas listeners, colored is just a definition of what race group I belong to. It's not a racist, it's not a racist thing to say in 2019. So just so you know, in our country we are sometimes defined by our race group. We're not so big on it like overseas people are. But yes, I'm colored. I'm coming out of the colored closet. I'm colored. And today is an important day because today's Tuesday, it's the podcast, and also I've got some news that I want to give. Yesterday, I saw a video on YouTube. First, let me get this out of the way because this is like a serious topic. There was a young girl that was kidnapped from a school. She was in grade RR, and I want to get her name. I remember her name, and then for some reason I forgot it. Now this girl is very young, but I want to tell you the story behind what actually happened. Right? Our country went into some sort of panic mode, which is good. I'm honestly 100% genuine against any people kidnapping kids, kidnapping women, or men for that matter, and you know, the whole ransom thing and all of that. That's too much. You know, we watch movies like Taken and stuff like that, and we feel that passion and that you know, the anxiety of somebody getting lost. I mean, you know, once I watched the movie, I was so like tense about the scenes and stuff like that, because that's how sometimes it makes you feel. So I can only imagine how the parents were feeling about what was going on. And what I remember specifically about this story yesterday is that a lot of people were very angry, very upset, very traumatized by this whole event that took place. I mean, the whole story went viral. Amy-Leigh found alive and healthy. So the good thing that comes out of the story is that, she was found, and thank God that she was found healthy, safe, and everything is okay. Everything is okay. So we just want to touch on today is that, if we go on in the stats, and I'm not going to depress anybody with the stats, but let's quickly be real just for a second, people. Right? Every single day in South Africa, kids go missing, kids get kidnapped, and sometimes the story doesn't end well, and it breaks our heart. Now, I also want to share that I know, excuse me, I know out there right now in our world we have people who are broken, we have people that are lost, we have people who are misinformed, and we have people who are just menace to society. A lot of comments, I want to share the comments because we're not censored here, but we don't use vulgar, saying that our country needs to bring back the death penalty. I want to quickly say, even if we bring back the death penalty, there is so much more wrong with our country than bringing back the death penalty. This issue is bigger than the death penalty. It's something that needs to be done. I'll agree with that. But let's look in all fairness here. What is happening in our societies? What is happening in the current situation in communities, in current situations with finance, in current situations with life in general? We're living in hard times, extreme hard times, where there's so much confusion with the public, there's so much confusion with work situations, and then we have something like this, and this goes viral on social media. YouTube was having a frenzy, Facebook was having a heart attack, and this is a good ending to the story. But for all those parents who still haven't found their kids, my heart goes out to them, because I don't know how they live each day not knowing what's happened to the children who have never been found. I remember some time back there was a girl in our community when we were growing up. She literally just went missing. Just missing, like off the map completely. No one could find her. There was no trace of her. They did this whole search. They looked back, and I think it's now almost, let's say, good 10 years. Because maybe it even might be more, but I can't remember how old I was when I heard this. Up to today, she's not found. And that for me is super, super scary. I love my wife, I love my son, and I can't picture a day without them next to me, living my life with them, So I can only imagine how these parents might have felt when this girl went missing. But I'm so happy that it's over. And then I want to quickly switch from this story to another story. On social media, on Instagram right now, Instagram is also having its own fit. There's this. I think this has got to do with the whole Amy-Leigh situation. There are women that are coming out with massive stories about abuse and gender-based violence and how men treat women and kids. And right now it's like intense, because this whole conversation is around how women perceive men. In this conversation, it's not all men. I take my hat off to good husbands, good fathers, the guys that are, like genuinely down to do anything for their families. And then we have this bunch of hooligans. Let me say hooligans, because I don't know what to call them, that have no respect for society, have no respect for children, women, the abusers, the rapists, the I don't care attitude. I don't know what happened in their lives for them to be the way they are. I'm not going to sit here and judge them, but I just want to add, I understand the frustration on a woman coming out saying this, because generally there are some good guys in this world. And I think there's more good guys than we give credit. And it takes one fool, one idiot to come out and do a crime against society that we just get lambasted with. And I feel it. As a man, I feel like, what? Please don't put me in the box. Don't label me as part of this group of men who have no respect for society. In my son's eyes, I'm Superman. And I want to remain Superman. I don't want to be that guy. That guy? that stole Amy-Leigh, that guy that did a crime against society. I don't know which rock they crawled out of, and I don't know what's going on in their heads for them to commit these ridiculous crimes against people. It's sickening, it's sad, and it needs to end. It needs to end, because I can flip this conversation and say, there's a whole lot of women out there that give good women a really bad name. But I have to also give the benefit of the doubt that we have super women out there. Mothers that stand up for their kids, single moms who do the right thing, single dads who do the right thing. But more importantly, there needs to be more emphasis on not just good men doing the right thing, not good men doing their part in society for their families, for their wives, for their girlfriends, for their mums, for their grands, And I think this is something that we don't see enough being represented. And again, I'm going to flip it one more time. We don't see enough of men giving women credit for the contribution to the families, contribution to the schools, contribution basically to society. We don't see that enough. When last did you as a person say thank you to your mom? When last did you say thank you to your wife, your girlfriend? For all the amazing things that they go out their way to make your life more comfortable. My wife said to me yesterday when we had a conversation that my son and myself don't say thank you enough to her for all the hard work. And if you're listening, babe, thank you so much for being the superwoman that you are. I wouldn't be able to do half the things I'm doing if I didn't have you in my corner. So thank you so much. You are beautiful. You are amazing. And myself and Tylen are privileged to have somebody like you in our corner. So thank you so much. Love you lots. Love you long time. And then also, moving on. I'm sorry if that was too deep. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm glad I said it. Let's quickly move on to the next one. So 5 amazing things that happen, or 5 important things that happen today in our country. Number 1, Finance Minister Tito Mbowene's economist reform document is coming under scrutiny. Ooh. Why are politicians always in trouble? Oh gosh. Okay? Will it be diffused? Yeah. Like I said, it's some really scary times to be living in right now. Over 45% of the SABC's expenditure goes to the salaries. Zondo Commission years. We know SABC is under fire. Tito Mboweni, if you guys don't know who Tito Mboweni is, not that I'm saying, I didn't know not so long ago, now I know who he is. He's a finance minister. I think he signs the monies. I'm not sure which money he signs, which note he signs, but his signature's on the money. You must understand, if your signature's on the money, you're quite important to a country. Update, South African Rand flats as an investors wait for the GDP data. I saw that topic earlier on today. Today's Tuesday. The Rand was at 15 Rand and 27 cents to the dollar, 18 Rand 38 to the pound, and 16.70 to the euro. Is our money valuable today? I think these are things you gotta ask yourself. So that's quite a lot that's happening. And then also in other news today, on whatever the case may be, is our country as it stands, the situation is very serious. I think there's a lot of mental health issues that's going on, because of so much changing so fast. Today you in, tomorrow you out. It's like there's no space if you're not part of what's going on in the world today. And if you're really not in that space to be part of it, you're sidelined or you're out of it completely, and you're just gonna miss it completely. I have a not a challenge. I have a thing I'm suggesting here. Maybe it's important if we go back to understanding how important it is to do the right thing, to say the right thing, to be accountable when you've done something bad or something wrong, or you said you were going to do something but you didn't do it. Too many people today have this fallacy, let me say fallacy, that they can do anything, they can say anything, and there's no consequences. But the sad truth is, the generation, or the time that we live in, let me not say the generation, because shame, there are some people born in this generation that's parents have done fantastic jobs on raising them the right way, have this I don't care attitude. This is this type of situation I'm talking about in right now. I don't care attitude. I can say what I want to do. I can say what I want to say. I can do what I want to do, and I don't care what you think. In the day and era I grew up, it wasn't as bad. We had respect for elders. We had respect for society. We had respect for the way of life. Let me say it like that. And today there's this general understanding that people don't have courtesy for people. You know? And that's what makes me sad to be South African. In the time that we're living in, people don't have courtesy for other people. And it's making our country a place that's unbearable. I'm going to leave it on a lighter note today, whatever the case. For all the good things that are right in South Africa, I'm going to say whoop whoop, because there are a lot of good things. I saw a picture the other day on Facebook of two guys sitting in a prison, and in this picture, both of them are drawing a picture of the outside. So one draws a picture with the bars, the bars of the cell, and the other one draws a picture of the outside as if he was free. I think in any situation, if you make the most of it, like people say, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade. I say the same thing, because I think it's important that we understand doing the right thing means that you're a good person. Doing the wrong thing, I sometimes think you need to re-evaluate your position in life. So I've got another song for you guys. Again, this is an old one. It's an oldie. It's a good old faithful back in the day. It's a cover by Stan Taylor. You know, it's like Stan Taylor's paying me to push his content on my podcast, but he's not. He's just a fantastic old school vibe. This guy's got soul. He's got soul. It's called The Delphonics. La 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 means I love you. This is a classic cover, by the way. Stan Taylor did a wonderful rendition of the song. I want to say thank you so much for listening. Remember to be honest, be kind, never give up, and always look on the bright side of life. I think we can all add to making our country a place where we can smile again, the sun can shine on us, things can be better. Focus on the positivity and just keep going forward. Thank you so much for listening. See you guys on Thursday. Myself, Cedric Harvey, for whatever the case. Peace out.